Welcome back. Well, the City of Joburg Housing MMC has launched an education and outreach program for tenants. The program encourages tenants to pay rent while addressing their needs and challenges. So this comes as the city and landlords in general have been battling increased number of tenants defaulting during the pandemic. To tell us more, Councillor Mlungisi Mabaso joins us now for this conversation. Councillor, thank you so much for your time this morning. Good morning to you. Talk to us a little bit about the education program, because I can imagine a whole lot of landlords are saying, thank goodness somebody's going to reach out to our tenants to finally pay rent.
Thank you very much to you, and greetings to the viewers at home. What we have decided to do as the Department of Housing in the city of Johannesburg through our company called Joburg, we have decided to do this tenants engagement for the purposes of trying to improve on our rental collection. And I think you will know that the executive mayor, when she came in, she started the program of the revenue enhancement, where she wanted to improve collection in the city of Johannesburg, because we have not been doing well into that space. So as the Department of Housing, we decided that we need to engage with our tenants before we could enforce any legal processes to them in cases where they've default in paying the rent. Because some of the tenants are saying it's because of maintenance issues that we have not been attending to as Joburg. But some are saying because of COVID, they've lost income, they don't have job, and they don't have any means of making incomes. Hence, then we said, let's go engage with them so that at least they understand, one, the importance of paying rent, and two, so that at least they are able to understand that there are reliefs that we have made available, and there are discounts that we had made available. But the sad part is that the turnout has been very low on people, especially for the reliefs and for the discount voucher that we had provided.
Well, Councillor, let's expand a little bit on that one. Why do you think the turnout has been so low? I mean, you're saying that you're providing some solution to the issues as the City of Joburg, so that they can pay their services, they can pay rent, and can keep up to date with some of the debt. But if they're not turning out, then is it an issue around the disconnection between the message versus those that receive the message? Or is it a case of access, or is it just disinterest? What are you finding?
Well, it's both, in fact. Others are saying they were not aware. There was no formal communication that was given to them. Others, they've, in fact, in a way, lost interest, and we feel that they were boycotting to pay rent, because we want proof that we have lost income, and we want supporting documents for any relief that you might apply for at Joburg. But the one fundamental matter is that we in fact, want them to understand that if they are unable to pay rent, one, it's very difficult for Joburg to attend to maintenance issues that they've raised, and it's not easy for us to upgrade the security that they've complained about, because Joburg is a company, as much as this is solely owned by the City of Johannesburg, but is a company that must self-sustain through the rental collection, so that at least we are able to invest in the future development, so that we are able to attend to the maintenance and repairs concerns that they are raising, so that we are able also to attend to the security upgrade that they are concerned about. So people, if they do not pay, then they take an opportunity away for others that are still waiting, because Joburg is in the market that has a very high demand of houses. So if we then are not able to invest on future development, then there are a lot of people that will not be able to get an opportunity to be allocated into these social houses.
Yeah, look, I hear you, and it's one thing when you're saying that some of them are protesting and saying that they're not going to be paying for rent and some of those services, and there's obviously a knock-on effect. Then now what? If you're not having the turnout that has been anticipated, if they're not coming forward and finding and taking advantage of the solutions that you're providing to them as a city of Joburg, what can be done now? Do you have to remove those tenants that are not paying and say we need to be able to put in tenants that are paying so that you can have your services paid, you can have the rentals paid, you can have landlords that want to recoup some of their investments? What would be the amicable solutions to this? Kick the ones that can't pay out, or take them to court, or sanction them? What do we do at this point?
Well, that's the intention of this program. Our purposes of this outreach program is that we want to engage with them, build a landlord-tenant relationship. We want to have a good relationship with them, and we want them to understand why they should pay rent, and we want them to understand all the programs and the reliefs that we have. Hence, we had then requested that they should attend to our programs, participate to our programs, because failing to do that, the next step then would be to approach the court and try to enforce this rent through letters of demand, debtors collection company, and the last avenue that you are going to employ is the eviction. But we don't want to get to that space before we engage with them, before we make them to understand all the programs and the processes that as the landlord we are going to embark on. So if they are not going to attend to our programs, if they are not going to come forward to make payment arrangement, if they are not going to come forward to plead their cases to us as the landlord, then our last option to them, and that we are going to employ, is to attend this matter through the eviction processes, and that is something that we are going to do. But depending on the turnout and depending if they are coming forward to make payment arrangements.